Good evening all. Audio video clear. So welcome all of you. Today we are discussing the topic data interpretation, a topic that is needed for most competitive exam, whether it is CSIR-NET exam, GATE exam, UGC NET exam, UPSC exams, bank exams, etc. So invite your friends also to be part of this session, or share this video link so that they can watch this as recording also. So let's start. So data interpretation. Data interpretation means a data will be given and you have to interpret it. Before starting it, the details of this course we have told in previous classes also. And if you want printed study material for CSIR-NET, the book we have written, CSIR-NET General Aptitude and New Outlook, is available in Amazon and Flipkart. And other playlist, if you are preparing for GATE, you can follow our playlist GATE General Aptitude free complete course. And if you are preparing for UPSC exam, UPSC playlist is also available. If you are preparing for CSIR, multiple playlists are available here. Previous year questions, latest previous year questions, I will suggest you to go through it. If those of you want to learn general aptitude in detail, that playlist will help you a lot. In this course we are discussing, in this current free course we are discussing theory more, but more questions you can get from the PYQ courses also. And if you want speed math lectures are also available in these playlists. And more resources if you want to find, check the description of this video or scan these QR code or follow these instructions. Okay, so let us start. In data interpretation chapter, a data will be represented using data representation tool. What is data representation tool? As the name suggests, tools needed for, or tools used for representing data. Tools used for representing data. For example, table is a data representation tool. Bar chart, line graph, pie chart, plain data, etc. In these forms the questions can be asked. I will elaborate about these tools in detail. First one, table. I don't think I have to explain more what is a table. Table is a display of data arranged into rows and columns. For example, this is a table. This is a table. In more previous year questions you can see in the other playlist. Now I will give you familiarity with all the data representation tools. One example of each we will discuss. Yes, Satyam, part A section of CSIR-NET only contains general aptitude. General aptitude means sometimes 1 or 2 questions come from general science also. 1 or 2 questions out of 20. Sometimes no questions also are asked. All of you try this question. Okay, some of you got an answer. I will explain. A school has 2 divisions of class 10 students, namely 10A and 10B. The results of half yearly and annual exams are shown in the table given below. So what is given in the table? Students failed in both exams. That means they are the students who failed in annual exam also and in half yearly exam also. Both exams they have failed. In division A it is 9 in number, division B it is 8 in number. Second row is students failed in half yearly but passed in annual exam. They passed only in annual exam, they failed in half yearly exam. 8 and 10 respectively. Next is students passed in half yearly but failed in annual. They passed only in half yearly but failed in annual. That number is also given. And students passed in both exams. That means they passed in annual and half yearly exams. From this you have to analyze data based on the above table. Which of the following statements is true? Total number of students in class 10 is 115. In permutation combination chapter we discussed, and in last class, probability class also, we discussed about mutually exclusive events. Similarly, these are mutually exclusive sets. I mean, for example, division A, if you consider. Failed in both exams means these 9 students are not there in any other set. I mean, there is no intersection between these sets. Failed in both exam, failed in half yearly only, failed in annual only, failed in no subjects. Sorry, no exam. These are 4 different category of people, that is mutually exclusive. That means to find the total number of students in division A, you have to just add all these values. 9 plus 8 plus 13 plus 20, that is 17 plus 13, 30 plus 20, 50. And here division B will be similarly adding all these values, that is 18, 28, 32, 32 plus 23, 55. So total students in class 10 will be 50 plus 55. 50 plus 55, 105. So 105, it is not 115. True statement is asked, so this is not true. Number of students in division B. Division B already we calculated. Adding this you will get 55, not 65. So that is also false. Number of students in class 10 who passed half yearly. That is 2 group of people are there. Passed in half yearly means passed in half yearly only also is there. Passed in both exams is also there. That means the last 2 rows we need. Passed in half yearly but failed in annual. Passed in both exams. Both this category people we need. That means 13 plus 20, 33. 14 plus 23, 27. Sorry, 37. 37 plus 33. 37 plus 33 is 60. But here it is written 70. So it is again false statement. So option C is also wrong. Hope all of you, sorry, 33 plus 37, my mistake. 33 plus 37, 70, that is true statement. So option C is the correct answer. 33 and 37 added is 70. So that is why third option, option C is correct. But let us analyze option D also. Number of students in class 10 who passed the annual exam. Passed the annual exam means passed in annual exam only, that group also we need. Passed in both exams, that group also we need. So adding these you will get it. So 8 plus 10 plus 20 plus 23. 20 plus 23, 43. 43, 53. 53 plus 8, 61. But here it is written 68. So clearly option D is wrong. So only option that is correct is option C. So hope all of you understood how a table can be given to ask questions. So next data representation tool is bar chart or bar graph. It's a pictorial representation of a data by a series of bars or rectangles of uniform width standing on the same horizontal base or vertical. It can be horizontal also, vertical also. Mampi, what is the doubt in previous question? See, because we need who passed half yearly. Na? Who passed half yearly means who passed in both exam also includes half yearly passed students, and half yearly only also we need. So we need to add all these 4 values. That will be 70. Check that values added, you will get 70 itself. Sorry, half yearly it is. Last 2 rows. This one, this one, this one, this one. Adding it up, you will get 70. So that was it. So bar chart. So for example, this is a bar graph. This is a question based on bar graph. So try the question. You have heard about bar graph, I am sure, because bar graph is also very common. Even if you remember it from school days or not, but still you are seeing it in newspapers or seeing it in social media also. You can see many analysis done using bar graph. So try this question. So the question says about the bar graph given here gives the sales of books in 1000 numbers from 6 branches of a publication company during 2 consecutive years, 2014 and 15. So look at this, the white region is 2014 and the dark region is 2015. So for example, B1 for publication company. So B1 company, 2014 they published 80 books, 2015 they published about 105 or something books or 102 books. B2 company, 2014 they published about 75 books, 2015 about 60 books. Similarly, B3 value is given, B4 value is given. Now let us check and look at this. In data interpretation, this is very common. Instead of correct, it can be asked incorrect also. Instead of right, it can be mentioned wrong also. So you have to carefully read it. That itself is a common mistake many students make commonly in this chapter, data interpretation chapter. They assume every question is correct, is asked to find the correct statement. No, many questions will be asked for finding the wrong statement or incorrect statement. So here B4 sold more books in 2014 than that of B1 in 2015. B4 in 2014 and B1 in 2015. B4 in 2014 means this value. B1 in 2015 means this value. B4 sold more books in 2014 than that of B1 in 2015. No, B4 sold less books. It is mentioned more books. That is a wrong statement. We need to find wrong statement. So the first option itself is wrong. So that is the answer. Option A is the answer. All of you understood? Swati, before September 2022 solutions are available in this playlist. CSIR-NET Part A previous year solutions. So that playlist you can check out. There you can find previous years, like from 2015 onwards you can find the questions. About 300 videos are available in this playlist only. Okay, so next example, you can try this as homework. Another bar chart mentioned, and bar chart is common in CSIR-NET. Sometimes in school days you have learned about histogram also. Histogram, there is slight difference from bar graph. You can go through this example, but histogram is not commonly asked. That is why we will limit our discussion to bar graph itself, but the idea of histogram is given here. And another one is frequency polygon. Frequency polygon, or we can simply say line graph also. This is actually in statistics this is called frequency polygon, but using lines we are drawing this, so you can also call this as line graph. This is not technically a line graph. Line graph is little more simpler than this, but for convenience we can include all these as line graphs itself. So I will show you an example of this type of question also. So try this one. So I'll explain. The given graph shows the top mark obtained in CSIR-NET exam of a particular subject in different years. Study the graph and choose the correct statement among the following. So here the dark line represents Tamil Nadu and dotted line represents Kerala. So dark line, look at this. In 2009 it was like 145 or 150 range. Then it decreased, then it increased, then it decreased, then it increased, then it is increasing. And the dotted line or the values corresponding to Kerala decreasing, 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 decreasing and again increasing. Okay, now let us check each options. We need correct statement. The top scorer in CSIR-NET examination was in Kerala during all the given years. No, that is clearly wrong. In Kerala, in 2009 it was top scorer was in Kerala, 2010 also it was in Kerala, 2011 they were sharing, there were two top scorers, and 2012 it was Kerala, but 2013 it is clearly Tamil Nadu, and 2014 also it was in Tamil Nadu. So all the given years is clearly wrong. Top score was shared by both states in the year 2013. 2013 no, it was not shared, it was 2011 when it was shared. So clearly option B is also wrong. Third option, increase in total top marks of Tamil Nadu during 2012-13 is greater than the decrease in top marks of Kerala during the same period. 2012-13, here you can see in Tamil Nadu this is the increase. That increase is greater than the decrease of Kerala in that period. Yeah, clearly the slope of this graph is higher compared to the negative slope of this region. Higher the slope, higher the increase. Lower the slope, lower the increase. And negative slope also, higher the negative slope, higher the negative increase or decrease. Lower the negative slope, lower the decrease. So clearly this increase, or from the slope if you are not understanding, you can see check the values and cross check also. This is almost 78 or about below 80, little below 80, and this is little more than 120. Or 80 to 120 itself is 40, but here it is say 130 to 110, that is 20 difference only. So it is greater than the decrease, that is totally correct. So option C is the correct statement. All of you understood this? So that is how a frequency polygon or a line graph can be asked. So next one is pie chart. Pie chart is very familiar. This is a very interesting pie chart we saw in internet. Whether this can be technically called a pie chart, that is another thing. Look at this pie chart, all of you. It's a very good picture. What is pie chart, I will explain more about it. But look at this image and what you understand from this. It looks like a pie chart, but is it actually a pie chart? No, it is actually a pyramid, pyramid and the sky. But this represents the elements of a pie chart itself. Are you getting the point? The sunny side of the pyramid, the shady side of the pyramid and the sky. That almost form the shape of a pie chart. In pie chart the idea is there is a circle and the circle is divided into different segments or sectors. And that sectors actually represents the values. Exactly, Matthew Universe. So it's a circular chart divided into sectors. In a pie chart the arc length of each sector. For example, this arc length is bigger than this arc length, means this region is, this value is bigger than this. And there is a formula you learned for finding the angle. Actually this is not needed if you logically understand. If you logically understand, you just have to understand this idea. 360 degree is 100%. So if you want 180 degree, that will be 50%. If you want 90 degree, that will be 25%. You can actually compare this using ratio proportion instead of this formula. I will show you a question so that you will understand it better. This is a good question where this is a proper pie chart, 2 pie charts given. Go through this, all of you. Yes, Anjali. Okay, so some of you got an answer. Let's see. Which cannot be concluded. Question is not asking can be concluded. Cannot be concluded from the following figures. Expenditure towards entertainment is least. So expenditure towards entertainment is least. That can be concluded because you can see, as I told, the sector, the length of the sector is proportional. In the pie chart, the arc length of each sector is proportional to the quantity it represents. So this entertainment value is smaller than miscellaneous food, education and clothes. So clearly entertainment is least in 2014. In 2015 also, this is smaller than this and this. So clearly entertainment is least, that is, you can conclude it. Question is asking which cannot be concluded. So clearly option A is wrong. Second option, total expenditure is same in both years. Total expenditure. For knowing total expenditure, that should be mentioned. The total expenditure is this much. Or we need to know the values of all these 5 segments so that you can add it to get the total. Both are not given, that means total expenditure cannot be found from the given data. So the statement that cannot be concluded is option B. All of you understood this? That is how option B is the answer, because question is asking which cannot be concluded. For further understanding, let us check other options also. Family spends more on clothes. That is true because the sector clothes is biggest in both the pie charts comparatively. So clearly option C can be concluded, so not the answer. Each year's expenditure on food is almost 25%. That is also can be concluded because 25% means quarter. As I told, 360 degree is 100%. So 25% is quarter of 360, that is 90 degree. 90 degree. This is almost 90 degree. That is why the word almost is mentioned. That is why option D can be concluded. So not the answer. Cannot be concluded is the question. That is why option B is the only answer. All of you understood this? So these are the data representation tools. Now I will tell you some general tips and tricks for solving data interpretation questions. Many questions be class in this course. Eliminating options will be very useful in this chapter. And in many questions, only answer what is asked. Don't calculate or answer things that is not asked. In previous questions also you could have seen it. Particularly each option when you read, what is needed for that option, that only you need to analyze. Don't calculate things that is not needed. Read the given data very carefully, even the minutest word may be important. As I told now, incorrect, correct, wrong, right. If you don't read those words correctly, you will get a wrong answer for sure. And sometimes CSIR also gate also ask questions like this where multiple graphs and tables are given, like one pie chart and one table, or one bar graph and a table, or one bar graph and a pie chart. There first understand the relationship between the two data representation tools, then only start answering the question. And next step was given data may be insufficient for interpreting some answer option, avoid those. Like in this case we didn't avoid it because question was asking which cannot be concluded. Total expenditure, there is no enough data to find total expenditure. So in some cases the given data will not be sufficient to interpret or answer the question. Those options you can actually go to the next option, or you can conclude accordingly if the question is asking which cannot be concluded. So that is a general idea of data interpretation questions. Sometimes they ask question based on like a passage itself without any data representation tool. Like a plain data also can be given. And very rarely, very rarely in CSIR-NET exam only one time they have asked a scatter plot directly. Scatter plot is also a data representation tool, but very rarely it is asked. That is why I am not discussing about it. These 4 data representation tools are frequently asked: pie chart, line graph or sequencing polygons, bar graph and tables. So these 4 should be clear. Okay, any you can find from the PYQ playlist, especially September 2022, June 2023 and also this course, CSIR-NET General Aptitude full course, there is a lecture on data interpretation. Go through that. There also you can find more previous year questions on data interpretation itself. So hope today's session was useful. If there is any doubts or any concerns, you can mention, or if you felt the session is useful, do take time to hit the like button. That will help this video to more people, to reach more people, because YouTube algorithm works like that. If more people are interacting on a video, that video will be recommended to more people. So Tushar, thank you so much. Which question you are asking for, Tushar? 2022, I think 2022 all questions are solved in a playlist. Just check in this channel, Tushar. If not, just post it in the Telegram group. Maybe students will help you out. If I get time, I will definitely help you out. Okay, the question, this one. I will check it out, Tushar. I think I have discussed this in one video. I'm not sure about it. If time allows, I will discuss it in upcoming, not in this course, because then this course is not scheduled that way, but let me see what we can do for discussing that question. Anyway, post it in the Telegram group so that others can also try that question. So that's it. Thank you all of you. Do share this video to maximum people if you felt this session is useful. As I told, this session, data interpretation is a topic that is needed for other competitive exam also, whether it is GATE, whether it is DBT, whether it is UGC NET, whether it is UPSC exams, or most competitive exam, data interpretation is also a common topic. So that's it. Thank you all of you. Take care all of you. Have a good night. See you all on the next class.